Good day, everyone, especially to our professor, Dr. Manuel Roman, sir, and to my gorgeous classmates. Good morning po sa ating lahat. In this course, UMAED G1 AEM 216, Personal Management and Development, I will be reporting revised rules of procedure of the Department of Education in administrative cases. By the way, my name is Kristen S. Saguaje, your reporter for this morning. I hope and pray na meron pa kayong matutunan sa aking topic ngayong umaga. Revised rules of procedure of the Department of Education in administrative cases. DepEd Order Number 49, Series of 2006. Here are the grounds for disciplinary actions. Number 1, dishonesty. 2, oppression. 3, neglect of duty. 4, misconduct. 5, disgraceful and immoral conduct. Another is being notoriously undesirable. Discourtesy in the course of official duties. Inefficiency and incompetence in the performance of official duties. Receiving for personal use of fee, gift, or other valuable thing in the course of official duties or in connections therewith when such fee, gift, or other valuable thing is given by any person in the hope of expectation of receiving a favor or better treatment than that accorded other persons or committing acts punishable under the anti-graft laws. Next, conviction of the crime involving moral turpitude, improper and unauthorized solicitation of contributions from subordinate employees and by teachers or school officials from school children. Next, the violation of existing civil service law and rules or reasonable office regulations, falsification of official documents, frequent unauthorized absences or tardiness in reporting for duty, loafing or frequent unauthorized absence from or during regular hours. Another grounds for disciplinary action, habitual drunkenness, gambling prohibited by law, refusal to perform official duty or render overtime service, disgraceful, immoral, or dishonest conduct prior to entering the service. Another grounds for disciplinary action is a physical or mental incapacity or disability due to immoral vicious habits, borrowing money by superiors officers or from subordinates or lending by subordinates to superior officers, lending money at usurious rates of interest. Willful failure to pay just debt or willful failures to pay taxes due to the government, contracting loans of money or other property from persons with whom the office of the employees concerned has business relations, pursuit of private business, vocation, or profession without the permission of requested by the civil service rules and regulations. Insubordination, engaging directly or indirectly in partisan political activities by one holding a non-political office. Conduct prejudicial to the best interest of the service. Lobbying for personal interest or gain in legislative halls or offices without authority. The next one is promoting the sale of tickets in behalf of private enterprises that are not intended for charitable or public welfare, supposes and even in the latter cases if there is no prior authority. Nepotism as defined in Section 59 Chapter 8, Subtitle A, Title 1, Book 5 or Executive Order Number 292, Sexual Harassment as Defined and Penalized, UNDCSC Resolution. Okay, what are the procedure and commencing administrative cases? Can commence in motu proprio or upon sworn written complaint or any other persons. A grievance committee is not allowed to hear and decide administrative disciplinary cases. This happens if there is obvious truth or merit in the allegations of the anonymous complaint or when there are evidences supporting the allegations. Grievance issues, on the other hand, are plainly related discontentment or dissatisfaction. Form of compliance. A compliance shall be under oath and shall be written in a clear, simple, and concise language so as to inform the person complained of about the nature and the cause of accusations against him to enable him to intelligently prepare his defense or answer. Content of compliance. Full name and address of the complainant. Full name and address of the person complained as well as his position and office in the Department of Education. A narration of the relevant and material facts which should show the acts or omissions as allegedly committed by the person. Certified true copies of documentary evidence and affidavits of his witnesses, if any, and certification or statement of non-forum shopping. And this is the end of my report. Thank you, and God bless us all.